We are starting things off this morning with a live look at Francis and Market right now, trying to get a glimpse of these traffic conditions in our area, as we did get a little bit of overnight frost and some snow yesterday, but right now a lot of the roads are looking clear, thankfully. Well, good morning and thanks so much for joining us here on this Monday morning on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis. Let's get right over to our weather expert meteorologist Thomas Patrick, because Thomas, I know it's a Monday, of course, people are starting off the work week, people are taking their kids to school. What does the weather have in store for us today?
Yeah, the weather is pretty calm at the moment, but we are expecting a little light snow in a little bit here. I just wanted to comment how it started to look a little bit brighter now that we're at that 7 o'clock hour. Our sunrise getting a little bit earlier day by day. We've had about a month now of earlier sunrises. For Coeur d'Alene, that sunrise is at 7:24, and at Spokane, it's 7:27. So starting to get a little bit brighter despite the overcast skies that we're working with right now. Temperatures typically cold for January, right at 26 degrees. Now there is a cold front, a little weak weather system that is just starting to dip into northern and central Washington. That's about the approximate position of it. We don't have access to Doppler radar over eastern Washington because of the maintenance that's happening at the National Weather Service, but expecting probably a little light snow currently over northern Washington and getting closer towards Spokane in the next hour or two. And with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, yeah, that light dusting likely going to stick to the ground and likely going to stick to the little bit of snow depth that we have from this weekend snowfall. But definitely not an all-day snowfall, very light stuff, a dusting at most, and we'll just stay cloudy with our temperatures still near seasonal averages, low to mid 30s for the afternoon today.
Right now, investigators in Monterey Park, California are still working to figure out what caused a man to shoot and kill 10 people over the weekend. The suspected shooter is being identified as 72-year-old Hu Can Tran. Police believe that he killed 10 people and injured 10 others Saturday night at a dance club during a Lunar New Year celebration. This morning, we still do not know the names of the victims as police work to notify their families.
To hear about this was just absolutely shattering, especially in our peaceful community, which I believe is so resilient and which appreciates its diversity.
Now, police say after the shooting, the suspect went to another club nearby but was confronted by people inside. Hours later, police found the suspect in a white van about 30 miles south of the crime scene, where he shot and killed himself.
Homicide detectives are working around the clock, gathering additional information and working on determining the motive behind this extremely tragic event.
Now, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff, all of the people killed appear to be over the age of 50. We're taking a live look at the White House right now, where President Biden has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of the victims until Thursday. This is the country's 5th mass killing this month. Now, of course, this shooting sent shockwaves through the Asian American community, as Lunar New Year is considered to be one of the happiest holidays of the year. We spoke with the president of the Spokane Chinese Association, who says even though the shooting happened in California, the tragedy still weighs on the community here.
I'm still speechless. No reason. I don't understand why. I just wanted to say that it's just very saddening. And there, like I said, I don't understand why this would happen, and it shouldn't. And there shouldn't be any place for, no place for violence, and especially in this cheerful time.
The Spokane Chinese Association recently hosted their own Lunar New Year celebration earlier this month. Zhu says she hopes the tragedy does not deter people from coming to future events. Well, this morning we're continuing to follow a developing story out of Atlanta, Georgia, where police there arrested a Spokane woman for domestic terrorism after protests over an Atlanta public safety training center. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is joining us live now from our own local police training center. So, Nicole, what can you tell us about these arrests? What do we know?
So, Channing, police arrested 6 people after protests in Atlanta turned violent. Those protests were over the location of a public safety training building like the one we have right here in Spokane. And one of the people that police arrested, one of those 6, was here from Spokane. She's 22-year-old Madeline Fiola and is now in custody. She's being charged with domestic terrorism. These protests started over the location of the new Atlantic Public Safety Training Center. The protesters are against the facility being on historically indigenous land and that the facility would destroy a large preserved forest area. The mayor of Atlanta says most people at the protest were peaceful.
They had a protest last night, and it was peaceful. But there were some individuals within that crowd that meant violence. They had explosives. They burned down a police car. They broke windows at businesses. And so our police department, along with our state and federal partners, took swift action within 2 blocks and brought that situation under control.
Each of the 6 suspects are also facing first-degree arson charges, second-degree criminal damage, and interference with government property charges. Those are all felonies. They're also each facing several misdemeanor charges. The suspects will likely have their first appearances in Atlanta court at some point this week. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.